Hi, and I want to do a special review on a few stocks here that have some interesting things going on. So I'm looking at CCIV. I've been watching this support area here. We reacted here a few times, reacted here, and it looks like now we're breaking down below that. So that support level is at about $21. Now we've fallen to 20. I see it's 20.45 after hours. The next support level would be down here at about 1760, maybe 18, somewhere in this range, but not a lot of support. This thing is going to have to kind of hammer out its own support levels. This trend was so steep that you don't really have good support levels to trade from. So this looks like there's going to be a little more downside here, possibly down to about $18 at least. Tesla, a little bit interesting here. We had this resistance area here at 720. I've been watching for a while. And we finally broke above this 720 area and we reacted to another important area here that I have marked out at 760, which is where we fell below the cloud and the sell-off momentum really picked up here. So this has kind of been consolidating in this area here, and now we've broken above this 720 area and got rejected up here at the 760, and now we're attempting to hold the 720. So a little bit of ping pong action here, and we're going to see which way this thing goes. I did take a long trade in this, and the basis for my trade is this 720 area. It needs to hold this 720 area. I don't want to see it fall below there now that we've broken above it. QS, QuantumScape. This is another one that's fallen below this support. We had this support area it's been trying to hammer out here. It's been working. We've bounced from here a number of times. 3 times here. Over here we consolidated a bit and then gapped up. Reacted near this area right here. But now we've dropped below it and we've got a downtrending Dickinson line. This is going to add more downtrending pressure unless price can get back above that. I don't really see any good support for this until we get back down here near the bottom. It's just this trend was just too steep. These momentum stocks have been just getting clobbered here. DraftKings, I've been watching this. This had a nice kind of rising trend line going, and now this rising trend line kind of seems to be breaking down. There's a number of ways you can draw this. So this is kind of what I had drawn, but I took it off because that trend line, like I say, there's a number of ways you can draw this. Some nice trend lines need to be redrawn. We may draw from here to here when we finally get a reaction. So this trend line here has basically become invalid. So now I'm watching a support area here. This peak, and then we broke above it here. And we reacted here and here with a nice wick. And now we're coming down to test this again. So that's a $55 area. So I'm not long this stock. I've been watching it for a possible opportunity. I'm a little bit skeptical. So we're going to see if this 55 area holds. If 55 doesn't hold, this could potentially come down to, well, there could be support anywhere around this area. There's a lot of price activity in this area. We have this flat area of the cloud here. So anywhere between 55 and 44, we may see this thing get some support if we don't have it here. Kind of like in this flat area of the cloud right here, which would be right about $50. Market tends to like even numbers, so I think if we get down that far, $50 may be a good foothold if it does happen to get down there. PLTR, I took a long trade on this based on this this consolidation base here. But you know, now that I think about it, with what's going on with QS and CCIV, we see the same type of consolidation bases that are failing. So that's got me a little bit concerned about PLTR. We have had a TK cross here, but now prices drop back down below this Tinkinson here. So it looks like we're just consolidating some more. If we start getting downtrending pressure from the Tinkinson right here, there's a possibility we're going to come back down here and test this consolidation base, or possibly even break down below it. And if we break down below it, I really don't see too much good support. We've got some price activity around in here where we could get some support. Clear down around between $14 and $15. Snapchat, I had drawn a head and shoulders top on this, but we didn't get the follow through, the sell-off momentum that we normally do with a head and shoulders top. So this is looking more like consolidation to me now. So we're consolidating in this range. And now what we want to watch for, I would say buy opportunities at the base of this consolidation range at $49. And if 49 doesn't hold, that could be a potential meltdown like what we're seeing in QS and CCIV, where we're failing on these consolidation bases. But for right now, I'd be watching for this either break out above this or look for buy opportunities down here at the bottom and potentially break out eventually to the top side. This could consolidate for some time since it's been in such a big uptrend since COVID here. It's a pretty steep trend here. We had this interesting kind of V-shaped bottom here. Long period of consolidation here. This is like a base, and as the term goes, the bigger the base, the higher the space. Just like what we saw with Tesla on a long-term chart, is we had this long period of consolidation and then the breakout. The bigger the base, the higher the space, and it certainly did break out. So I'll be keeping an eye on Snapchat. I may look for buy opportunity down here at 49 if we get there. It really pays to be patient with some of these and wait for these stock patterns to offer opportunities. Let's see if there's some more I want to talk about real quick before I get off of here. Some of these that were up pretty big today. TRVN, I'm not sure how I got this on my watch list. Drug company stock, it looks like. Big green bullish candle today, but look how we reacted right here at the cloud. See how the cloud offers you those downtrending resistance areas, makes them easy to spot. Roblox, not enough chart history for me to really give a technical analysis on this, but we got some pretty big bullish candles going here. Twitter's done better than I expected. A while back we saw this sell-off. I thought, well, this Twitter's in trouble here, but this thing trades kind of wild. I don't see an opportunity to buy right here, really, unless we're going to bounce off the top of the cloud. We have had a TK cross here. This is kind of interesting. So we've got a TK cross, and we're trending just above the top of a green cloud. I kind of like this area here, this flat bottom of the cloud. If we consolidate and use this area right here to trade from, if we can get there. This could go either way. This could rally here based on this TK cross if the price can stay above this Tinkinson line. So to take a long trade here, I'd want to see price stay above the Tinkinson here. This thing has had quite a run, so it's needing to consolidate and cool off a bit, I think. Charge point. Look how Ichimoku gives us our downtrending resistance and how we reacted here. It's possible this thing could start trying to form a new uptrend if we don't make a new low. We could possibly start to draw a trend line that might get us up out of the cloud here. MSTR is one I found kind of interesting, and I took a trade on this based on this TK cross, but excuse me, price has fallen right below that Tinkinson line here. So I'm not really liking the way this looks. I took the trade, we had this big bullish green candle and then a larger red candle, and I bought somewhere right around here on the intraday on this red candle, but I didn't realize it was going to complete that way, so that might not have been a very good move. We'll see if this TK cross, if we can get back above the Tinkinson here and push above the cloud there. Probably shouldn't have taken that trade, but it's a crypto related stock. Let's see if there's anything else. Some of these momentum stocks have really been getting hammered. ZOM, this has a lot of downtrending and momentum. You see how we're trending below this Tinkinson line here, so any of these push-ups are just another selling opportunity unless they can get above this Tinkinson, and we want to see the Tinkinson start to curve up and price above it. But for right now, this is very bearish. I've been estimating if this $1 area here, let's see, between 85 cents and $1, if this area doesn't hold, this could easily go down to 40 cents or even lower. Curve back down here to 25 cents. It's hard to say, but this thing's selling off pretty hard. Fuel cell, this thing's selling off pretty hard. Some of these are they're just up way too much, and it almost looks like these things are just going to burn off all the way back down to the bottom. I just have this feeling that that's where they're headed. Some of these, when I look at a long-term chart, long-term 10-year chart, these things just look like they're just going to bleed for a long time. Gevo, I had hope for this stock. Actually took a trade on it up in here based on this TK cross, which that failed. So now we have downtrending momentum. We have a TK cross going down. Some pretty big red candles. I see there was some news after hours, and we're up 3.14% after hours. Let's see if we have a we may be able to call this area a support area based on just this reaction here. We have a wick here. Today we basically broke below that wick there. So if this thing is going to pull up, it better do it now. Or we're going down here to about $4, $4.40, $4.50. All right, I'm just going to keep it short tonight. That's it.